It's Club 93 is 7. Artimis here. Been doing the local spotlight here in Flint with the 8-1 show. Got a radio DJ too. You got so many jobs.
Oh, it's crazy.
So many jobs. Tiera Santoya in the building. Super excited to interview you because you were one of the first people I met here in Flint.
Right.
And I met you here at the radio station, and you do weekends here. And the one thing that everybody said, even, you know, in the building, like with Clay and Jeff, was like, she's got bars. And I'm like, oh, you know, all right. You know, you're like, you haven't heard it. But then I heard your bars, and I'm like, she's got bars. Like one of the best in Flint. So shout out to you. And what inspired you to start rapping?
It's crazy because I never knew, you know, that I could rap or whatever. But I did write poetry for a second, and I had a friend who needed a female to do a song, and for some reason, I don't know why he thought I could do it, but I ended up doing it, and we was like, that don't sound bad at all.
Yeah.
So from there, I kind of like went into it and thought of, you know, had the ideas of actually taking music serious or actually writing or trying to do music. So that kind of got me, and that was just only like 3 years ago, which is crazy.
That was only 3 years ago?
Yeah.
It's crazy because when I see you on social media and I see your videos, you know, there's a lot of artists in Flint that'll hop on a song or they'll do, you know, a couple tracks or come up with a mixtape. You have videos like crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't realize like how it's one of those things to where you work consistently so hard that you probably don't realize it. You're probably just like, oh, I got a video here, but like you search your name, like you're on Google. That's when you made it the big time. I'm not on Google. I've been doing this radio thing for 6 years. I'm still waiting for my name to pop up on Google. But like, is it something that just came natural then? I mean, like you said, you did the song with your friend and you're like, it popped off, or was it the support of your peers and your friends? Like, how did...
Yeah, it was the support from like everyone around me, and it's crazy because it was more guys that was telling me like, T, like you can actually do this. So I get a lot of support from like the males that's around me, and like they just believed in me when it comes to music. Because at first I was like, I don't want to be a rapper, you know. It's so cliche. It's so common or normal for, you know, for everyone to want to do music or whatever. And I just like, that's not what I want to do. I didn't go to school for that.
Right.
I got student loans.
Yeah, I got bills to pay.
Right. It was nothing that I ever wanted to do, and it was just, I guess it did come natural because once I started, it's just like I took off. So, you know, at a fast pace. So.
And that's one of the things too. It's amazing how many artists have come in here, you know, for interviews or just, you know, to chop it up. I'm like, you know, Tiera, you're like well known around here, and like you said, there's a lot of guys that. Now, is that more important to you than females almost? Because like with rap, it's almost like a stigma, like it's a guy's industry. I mean, you've got Nicki and other rappers like that, but. Is it more important to almost get like a guy's approval, or is it something to where you're like, there's just so many people backing me on this?
I don't want to say it's more important, but I think it's more dope because a lot of guys don't like female artists.
Right.
And to see that guys actually, you know, respect me or actually call me up and say, hey, even some of the guys ask me for advice. So it's to get that, it makes me feel like, okay, you know, I do have people who believe in me, or males, you know, from that point of view. I can't say it's important though, because I feel it's important to have both male and female aspect, or, you know, perspectives on me and music. But I think it's dope, you know, to get, you know, guys who actually backing me. Yeah,
I think that it's important to. It's almost like, and I'm not trying to boost your ego, but it's like you have a whole city behind you.
Yeah.
I mean, when you really look at it, from everybody from lifestyle to, you know, these artists in Flint that are trying to work just as hard, you know, just to get something, you know, and put out, you know, stuff. But you have a very unique way of doing it because you'll put out something, and then you always usually have a video with it.
Right, exactly.
So we got this new single. Let's talk about it. And is there going to be a video for it?
Yes, it's coming.
Okay.
Soon.
And what's the song called?
It's called Nobody.
Now, when you listen to all your other songs and then you listen to this one's kind of different.
Very different.
It's because it's got like I don't want to say like an R&B-ness to it, but it's got like it's if you listen to your other music, it's a lot more chilled out almost.
Yeah, I actually was trying to do something different. Give the people more of me and express myself in a different way, I shall say. So I've always wanted to do like a slower, you know, tone type of music, but I was kind of like timid to do it at first because I didn't know how everyone would take it, or
right,
you know. But since I've done it, a lot of people like, oh my god, you know, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely different because I'm used to your flow, just, you know, crazy fast, you know, bars for days, and this one's it's definitely different. Now, do you have plans to do more music like that, or is that kind of like a one-off?
I plan to do more like this. Actually, my tape is kind of on the same level. I'm doing a lot of more singing, or I'm actually rapping and singing on majority of the songs. So I like this whole, you know, I think this is more, it fits me more.
Right. Now the tape, let's talk about that. Is that something that's going to be coming out relatively soon? What are your plans for, as far as like, you know, albums or mixtapes? What are your plans with that?
This will be my first album. I'm actually working on an EP, and it's coming soon. I can't really say the date, but it will be before the summertime.
Oh wow, that is soon.
And yeah, like majority of the songs are going to be like that, and it's dope. It has a couple of dope features from the city, of course.
So when you think about, you know, the EP that you have coming out, is it almost like you challenge yourself to do a different outlet? Because like I've said before, I mean, even when you're featured in a song with a whole bunch of guys from Flint, like, you stand out. You have and it's not just because you're a female, it's your voice. You have a very strong voice. So when you're coming out with, you know, more soulful R&B music, did you do it to challenge yourself?
I did, and I did it to see what all I can do. 'Cause like you said, like, a lot of people are used to me hardcore rapping or straight bars, and I wanted to show it's also a soft side to me. Right. You know, people see me, they don't know if I rap, they don't know if I sing, they don't know if I model. Yeah. So it's like, I wanted to show people that it's also it's a softer side to me. A lot of the first music that I put out was straight about money or designer or stuff like that, but I wanted to open up more. I wanted to show people that Tiera Santoya is human as well, and you know, like, we all have, as humans, we all have, like, you know, soft spots, or I don't want to say I'm soft and like that.
Well, no, but you get emotional with it.
You know, so like, I'm trying to open up more and relate to other females in the same situations that they're going through, or even males as well. So I'm just opening up more.
Now, I always ask this question when it comes to top 3 dead or alive who you can work with, and I'm almost positive I know you're one. I know you're one, which we're gonna get into that in a second. But top 3 dead or alive, if you could work with somebody on a track and go back and forth, who would it be?
I want to say Michael Jackson.
Okay.
And Jay-Z.
And the third one? Because we have to get into this, because your obsession with this man. I'm correct though, right? With Fab?
With Fab, yeah.
Now, I've never, like, I've had obsessions, I mean, every single day, you're like, why is he so handsome? Why is he so great? Like, you got dudes in Flint that are going to start getting their look like Fab. You know that, right? They're going to try and find what glasses Fab has, all that. Like, what is your, why do you have such a, is it bars-wise, or is it just style-wise? Like, you look up to Fab a lot.
I think it's both. I actually feel like he's like the male version of me.
Okay.
He's so laid back. He's just so smooth and cool. Like, his whole demeanor is just dope to me. And his music, sometimes I feel like he doesn't get the ratings that he should. You know, like, sometimes I feel like he's underrated. And because Fab makes, you know, dope music.
And he's consistent too, though. That's the thing. Like, a lot of people, I mean, a lot of people were like, oh, Fab in the Day was popping, but like, he still to this day comes out with stuff every single year. I mean, it's continuous.
And he's creative as well. Like, his whole, like, his packages of his, you know, his tapes are just, from beginning to the end, is just creative to me, and the whole storyline of it, I think is dope. Now,
if you want to look at the camera and propose to him real quick, please, Fab, I just want one track. You know, it's one of those things where even the people that you look up to, like, you could see that you're in that lane. You know, and we obviously appreciate you here at Club, and you know, when you come out with that album, you got to make sure you hit Fab up before you do, and tell him to get on a track with you. Like, it's only necessary. And he works with a lot of new artists too.
Right.
You know, he's got new producers and everything like that. So, you know, I'm going to give you 20 minutes real quick. You say whatever. I'll just sit here.
He's so funny.
Tiera Santoya in the building. Thank you so much for coming in. We're going to play that new single, of course. And social media, how can they find you?
Tiera Santoya. That's on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And no dashes or anything between. Straight Tiera Santoya.
And then on YouTube as well, if they want to search your videos and check out what you've done in the past, they just search Tiera Santoya.
Tiera Santoya.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Tiera, for coming in. We appreciate it.